I started my career as an analyst at Deutsche Bank. My boss, Mark Schoenbaum, hired me relatively fresh out of school. I was relatively younger for the associate class at Deutsche Bank at the time. We were covering biotech. We moved over to Evercore ISI a year later, still covering biotech, and we added on large cap pharma coverage. So I started out in a much more broader therapeutics coverage role, biotech, pharma, and then when I split out, I started covering spec pharma. I think the sector outlook is very favorable, especially amidst the ongoing market turmoil. It seems like when you comp the sector on a forward-year EPS estimate and or guidance basis versus biotech or even pharma for that matter, I think the sector might be 20 to 30% cheaper. So from that perspective, I think the sector's cheaper on a relative basis. On an absolute basis as well, I think the sector's cheap. I feel like when I used to spend a lot of time on the biotech side, I often used to struggle on DCF, standalone valuations. I don't have that issue on the specialty pharma side. So I think that's a good thing for the industry. I think specialty pharma sector is very exciting in the sense that it's a sector in flux. This is not like your historic innovation sector per se, but heading towards an innovation direction. And I think what you find is if you were to poll a group of buy-siders right now on what exactly specialty pharma is, the answers will range anywhere from formulation engineering to financial engineering to new launches. It's just a sector in a big flux right now. These companies are becoming much more biotech and pharma-like than they used to be, and I think that's what's different about this sector. And the sector's hot. There's a lot of new investor interest in this that never existed before. There's a lot of M&A in the sector. The scale of that M&A has just gone up like crazy, and I think that's what's attracting a lot of investor interest. The portion I enjoy less so is probably that the focus is so much on M&A and less so on the product side that sometimes the good product developments that are happening in some of these stocks often goes discounted. I often struggle to generate a lot of investor interest on the true fundamentals, like true product level stuff that's happening at these companies. It just doesn't get the type of investor attention. If I wasn't an analyst, I would have been in the healthcare industry, perhaps in a consulting role, perhaps in a business development role, perhaps in a marketing role, but honestly hard for me to say. But as long as the role entailed a lot of good learning and being able to have something hands-on, work hard, that's something I enjoy.